Hello everybody, my name is Boyce. This channel is about stock video and it also bleeds over into stock photography. If you want to do this type of passive income, this is a channel for you. Generally this time of month, I do a stock video sales and trends report. Today it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, I want to give you a little bit of data to help you out. But today I think it's more important than focusing on what I sold and the trends that sold. I think today we need to talk about how to get there, how to become a successful stock video creator or stock photography creator. So today's going to be a little bit different. I'll still give you some trends and some sales data, but let me tell you why I'm changing it up this month is because I've not seen anything unique. The same types of things are selling. Drone videos are selling, environmental, time lapses, establishing shots, shots with people in them, doing things, emotion, family, friendship, all those concepts continue to sell. And if you want specific information about that, go look at some of my past end of month sales reports. But today I'm going to do a little bit different. Okay, I will tell you that in July, my last video sales report, I reported that I had $393 in sales. I also told you that that would go higher because right before the payoff, they report generally some subscription sales totals. And that's all worked out. And I told you I would end up over $600, and indeed, I ended up in July with $642. $642 is still not where I want to be. But July is, in the summers, months are always slow. And that's also why I thought about this video report. I want to tell you what to do when you aren't getting the sales that you think you should be getting, because what you really should be doing is not focusing on sales. Keep your head down and keep working at it. That's what I want to talk about today. So far in August, so now it's September 3rd. But in August so far, I have $544 in sales. So I expect that to be, by the time it's payout day, that'll be over $700, and that's great. For 2023, I'm averaging $688 per month, and I have a goal to do better. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. The subject of today's video is more specifically how to be a successful stock video or photographer creator. And how do you get from point A to point B? Now, first of all, let's talk a little bit about passive income, because I think people get this wrong. It's a little bit misleading. Passive income is often defined as income where no effort or active involvement is required, a stream of revenue that flows consistently after you've put in the work. The second part of that definition is more important than the first part. There is no passive income that requires you to do no work. Even if you're buying stocks that provide a dividend and pay you whenever that company that you bought stock in has profits, or you have a rental company, you still had to put in a lot of work in order to afford that rental company or that rental property. Even when it comes to buying a stock that pays in dividends, you had to put in a lot of work to earn the money to buy that stock. There is no such thing of free money that comes without work. If right now I was to take a pencil and paper and document how much money, how much time, how much effort I put into stock video, if you looked at it from that point of view, you would say it's not worth it. What you have to do is look at it over a 10 or 20 or 30 year period, because hopefully that's the amount of time that you're going to be earning money for the work that you do now. So is no effort required? That is an absolute fallacy. Passive income requires a great deal of work. And if you're not willing to put in the work with stock video, it is simply not going to work for you. It's not in fact, there's nothing that's going to work for you. You have to be dedicated, you have to be focused, and you have to be committed in anything in life. And that's something you've got to know right now. The value of it is that over time, passive income leads to stability and creator freedom. And that's what we're looking for. I'm looking for stability, especially as I move on into retirement. If I can count on an extra $700 a month, that is $700 a month that I can earn in perpetuity, where I could put in the work now and earn in the future. The other reason that that's so important to me is that as I get older, and as I work harder, I continue to work on this. In fact, I hope to have more time to do this in retirement than I do now. And in that case, $700 is not what it's going to be. That's not my goal. My goal is far greater than that. Speaking about goals, let's be clear. The best way to be successful in any endeavor is to set goals, realistic goals. And it's also you need to think big. Now, here's the thing. If you think big, if you put huge milestones in front of you, that's another way to fail. It's a good idea to have that as your vision, to have that as your goal, to have that as what you see, what you're going to be, what you're going to do. But you need to break it down into small, measurable goals that you can control. When I first started doing stock video, my goals were not initially, my smaller goals were not based on sales. My goal was to have $200 in sales. Okay, that's the vision. I shouldn't say that's the goal. I should say that's the vision. How am I going to get to $200? I'm going to put in 10 hours a week on creating high quality stock video and put thoughtfulness into my descriptions and keywords. That was my goal, 10 hours a week. Not sales, not money, not anything. That has to be a vision, not the goal. So you don't have to do it by time. You can do it by clips. You can say, I'm going to put in X number of clips per week or per month. But whatever you do, settle on something that you can measure and that you can achieve. If you can't measure it, if you can't achieve it, it's not a good goal. Once you have those goals, you need to write them down. Writing them down allows you accountability. It forces accountability on you. The next thing you need to do is document your work and your progress. You write it down. If my goal was to work 10 hours a week, I need to keep track of my time and find out how much I'm actually putting in. 10 hours of dedicated, focused time. That was my goal. That's what I did. Now, after you've done that for some time, you need to review it and adjust it. If you find that 10 hours is too much, or 10 clips is too much, or whatever it might be, you need to refine it. Change what you've written down, refine it, make it achievable, make it measurable, make it something that you can do, and something that you can feel good about when it's done. You need to document your progress accurately. After you've documented, reviewed, then the next thing you need to do is celebrate milestones. This is where Black Box is really a great community. People are always putting on, uploaded my first clip. That's a reason to celebrate. My first clip is online. I found it on Pond 5 or I found it on Adobe Stock. If you put that stuff on the Facebook page of the Black Box Creators Group, you will have people encouraging you and you will feel celebrated in your own success. People put on there, reached 100 uploads, reached 1,000 uploads, reached my first $100, reviewed my first $1,000. All of those things should be celebrated as a community. And when you do that, when you're part of a community that is supportive and that will help you and celebrate your achievements, it's going to make it that much easier. Now, once you start getting regular sales, then I suggest you change your goals to how much money you're going to make each month. Once you start having regular sales, you have regular income, you can look at what's been selling. You can look at what other people are selling. You can look at how much time it takes you. I love doing time lapses, but I'm telling you, time lapses take 3, sometimes 4 or 5 hours or longer to make one clip. In that amount of time, I could have made many clips if I was using a drone or a camera on a tripod, driving around the city and doing establishing shots. So decide what you're happy doing and what you're satisfied with the returns on. I still do landscape, nighttime time lapses because it's my favorite thing. But really, you may have to decide what is going to be your favorite thing based on your success. In the slow times, summers are generally a slow time. July, often June, July, often my lowest months of the year. Sometimes the holiday seasons. But anyway, don't let those things bother you. That's the time to put your head down and keep it up. Keep your goals, keep your uploads, keep your time that you've set aside for stock video. Make that a priority and don't worry about these slow times. Those sales will average out, I guarantee it. I've been doing this since the beginning of 2018. It took me 3 months to get my first sale. I had 300 uploads, but at first I wasn't counting sales, I was just counting uploads. I made a $28 sale. I think I went 2 more months without any sales, and since then I've had at least 1 sale every month, and now I haven't had any months under $500 in quite some time. But the way to get there is to chip away at it, to keep it going, to stay motivated, to celebrate your milestones, to be focused on quality, and to be a part of the Black Box community or any other community that you can celebrate your successes with. I hope this is helpful. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me in the game. And if this was helpful, please subscribe, put a like down, make a suggestion about other things you want to hear about, and I'll do my best to address those. Have a good day and have success creating stock video and stock photography.